If you've played Minecraft for any amount of time, you've probably come across this little circle in the bottom of the F3 screen. But what exactly does this thing do? I'm sure most people are familiar with the debug screen. This is where you can see stuff like your FPS, coordinates, and more. But if you hold down Shift and F3, this is where you can access the pie chart. At first glance, this might look like some advanced technical jargon that you'll never use, but I'm going to explain exactly why this is Minecraft's most useful feature that nobody uses. At this point, I've probably piqued your curiosity. You might be wondering what the pie chart could possibly be used for. Well, whether you're a speedrunner or just a casual survival player, the pie chart can be incredibly useful in lots of situations. It essentially acts as an X-ray for special blocks. This includes things like chests, mob spawners, village bells, furnaces, and more. Using this block X-ray can help you find things like villages, desert temples, nether fortresses, bastions, kinda, blacksmiths, and pretty much any structure. So yeah, that all sounds great, but how exactly do we use the pie chart? Before we can start scanning for structures, there's a little setup we have to do. The pie chart is currently presenting a bunch of information that we don't need, so we have to tell the pie chart what to search for. All you want to do is press the number beside these following words: tick, level, entities, block entities. Now, you should note that the numbers beside these words will not always be the same. So in my case, I had to press 4, 1, 1, 3, but your numbers will probably be different. Now that our pie chart is actively searching for nearby block entities, we can use this to locate pretty much any structure in Minecraft. To explain this in its simplest form, I've made a simulation. This is me. This red box is the amount of chunks loaded around me. The box turns green whenever it comes into contact with a block entity, which in this case is a mob spawner. The basic premise of this technique works in two parts. Firstly, stand still inside of one chunk, then slowly increase your render distance until you find something. Good job, the pie chart picked up a mob spawner, but this only tells you how far it is. We still don't know which direction to go. To solve this, you want to lower your render distance by 1 so that you are no longer detecting the mob spawner. Now test all 4 directions until you find the mob spawner again. We've now discovered a mob spawner and figured out both how far away it is and in which direction it is by using only the pie chart. Okay, I realize I just threw a lot of dense information at you really quickly, so let's go in-game and I'll give you guys an example. Alright, so I've loaded into a random seed and spawned myself in the nether, and we're gonna see if we can X-ray a fortress using only the pie chart. So the first thing I want to do is press Shift and F3, and then make sure the pie chart is set up properly, so I'm going to press tick, level, entities, and then block entities. And as you can see, I'm currently on 16 chunks, which means that within 16 chunks in every direction, there is only a chest on the pie chart, which is kind of sad. And so to find a fortress, we're going to be looking for a mob spawner. So all I want to do is slowly increase my render distance. To do this, I'm going to press F3 and F. And now you can see that my render distance has gone up to 17. And so I'm just going to keep pressing F3 and F one at a time until I see a mob spawner show up on the pie chart. So just keep slowly going until I see, there we go, a mob spawner show up on the pie chart at 23 chunks. So now I know that there's a mob spawner 23 chunks away, but I don't know in which direction. So to figure that out, all I'm gonna do is lower my render distance a little bit to make sure that the pie chart is no longer detecting the mob spawner, as you can see, and then I'm just going to slowly increase until it is 1 less than it was before, which would be 22 in this case. So now we are 1 chunk away from detecting the mob spawner again. So all I'm going to do is press F3 and G, so now I can see chunk borders around me, and I'm just going to try every direction until the pie chart shows the mob spawner again. So if I go forward, you can see there's no mob spawner. If I were to go to the right, still nothing, okay. Go to the left, still nothing, all right. So now I guarantee if I step into this chunk, the pie chart is going to show a mob spawner. And just like that, I'm right. So now I know that there's a fortress 22 chunks away in this direction. And just to prove it to you, I will go into spectator mode and fly all the way in this direction. And there's the fortress. And here is the mob spawner that we were detecting. But like I said earlier, it's not just fortresses. You can use this to find pretty much any structure in the game. The possibilities with this are endless, but expecting every casual player to learn how to use the pie chart is just unrealistic. And that's what makes it Minecraft's most useful feature that nobody uses. If you enjoyed this video, click somewhere on the screen to watch another one, but as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.